My normal mode of operation is to wait for the dust to settle before I even start writing about a topic. However, with the current fallout coming from Facebook and social media being one of the regular questions I would get while I was doing freelance tech support, I kind of feel like I have to say something now, rather than doing my normal post-mortem. The first question that I would get probably is it really worth getting this upset that Facebook has my personal information? Yes. Yes, it is. And it's not Facebook that's using the information, they're just a collection point. It's who they sell the information to you really should be concerned about. Mostly because you don't know how that information is going to be used. And this is more than just public records like your name and your address. This would be information like where you went on vacation, what grocery stores you regularly shop at, what days of the week you're more likely to go shopping. This information is more than you bought an airplane ticket to Barbados. It would also include your vacation pictures you posted on Facebook. The second question would be, why should I be concerned that advertisers are using my information? Advertisers are still a problem, but the larger concern are the other organizations that are buying the information. While most of these companies are more than likely benign, there are still plenty that are using this data to support pseudoscience, and using it to convince people into doing or supporting something that is detrimental to themselves. And not just in politics, in all aspects of life, including personal health and finance. The other issue to be concerned with is who in those organizations have access to what data. A lot of this information that they are collecting is stuff you wouldn't tell random strangers. But that's exactly who's buying the information, complete strangers, that don't have your best interest in mind. There's already a well-documented history of employees abusing access to information. AT&T has to pay $25 million in fines because someone sold social security numbers and billing information to a third party. Morgan Stanley had an employee who used his access to client information to copy and post select account details to Pastebin. And there are other examples of individuals and companies doing something illegal. That is a reason to be concerned about who has your information. There have been several police forces that have had systemic abuse of access to personal information. Information that should only be accessed when it's pertinent to an ongoing investigation. I know there are plenty of people who are going to say, I don't have anything to hide, I've got nothing to worry about. The most honest response I can give to that is, you only think you have nothing to hide. In a previous video, I mentioned an ex-wife that gained access to her ex-husband and stepchildren's emails by essentially conning tech support into resetting the passwords for her. She was able to do that by using intimate knowledge of her ex's family. That's scary enough when it's someone you know. And a lot of that information that's being gathered might allow someone to do that to your email. And once they have access to your email, what else can they possibly gain access to? Banks? Credit cards? I highly recommend going to Facebook and seeing what information is being collected on you. I'll include a link in the description to instructions on how to do that, along with how to check and remove apps connected to your Facebook account. There will also be instructions for checking permissions on Android phones for the Facebook app. They are, in fact, collecting call and text logs. And there's instructions on how to prevent them from doing that. For those of you that are using Firefox, there is an extension that I think is worth getting. It prevents Facebook from reading third-party cookies. Those little bits of information other websites leave on your computer, it's how certain advertisers know what you've been shopping for on Amazon, so they can serve you ads for those products. I'm sure there will be viewers or other people that still aren't convinced that this is a problem. And the best thing that I can say at this point is, you may not believe me, but there are armies of security and privacy specialists with way more experience saying the exact same thing. It would be unwise to ignore this unanimous consensus. Thanks for watching, and good luck. To subscribe, click the channel icon on the top left. Top right is the previous video, and below that is a random suggestion from YouTube. Thanks again.